I'm Susie Roberti, and welcome to Let's Talk Tail Waggers. My show is going to be with me today, and these are my favorite shows, as you all know. I get to sit and speak with you, and I get asked so many questions about cats, dogs, anything. And if I can answer them, I do. If not, I tell you where you can go, as you know, veterinarians or the library to find the answer. But before I get started, I would like to say thank you to my camera person. Thank you. You know, BPTV is all volunteers, and you are more than welcome to come up. You can learn how to do a camera, you can learn how to do editing, you can go out in the field with us. There's just so many wonderful things that you can do. And you're always welcome just to come up and look around and see how we do this. It's truly, like I always say, a wonderful little corner of the world. So today, I am going to talk about dental care. You know, when you go to the veterinarians, they have all kinds of pamphlets. And every so often, will stop and grab a whole bunch. And you can sit in, the information in them are fantabulous. It's always like, for me, there's always one little thing, and there is one thing in here, in the one that I did not know, and it's very important. The little things with your pets are very, very important, as we all know. Dental care. This is very, very, I cannot impress upon you how important this is for your pets. So very important. Toenails, the length of their toenails and the conditioning of their feet, very, very important too. Those are two things I think that people forget. Like in this hot weather now, I see people walking their dogs on the road, and if you can't take your shoes off and walk on that road comfortably, then you don't want to walk your dog on there. That raises their temperature. I could go off on a tangent about that too. But their toenails are very important, the length of the toenails, because they have a cuticle that goes all the way around, as I've often said. And when the toenails are out and bent, and when they're walking, they're pulling the cuticle open, and that is how infection can get in through and go up into blood poisoning. Well, I'm not going to talk about that today. I'm going to be talking about dental care, Susie. The dental care, this little pamphlet here, I got at Castle Shannon Animal Hospital, and it is absolutely precious. And it says, without proper dental care, your pet may suffer bad breath, inflamed gums, missing, loose, or broken teeth, as well as pain and discomfort. Dental disease can also lead to other health problems. What is gum disease? Periodontal disease is infection caused by bacteria found in dental plaque, just as it is for humans. So often it begins in discoloration of the teeth. Without regular dental cleaning, plaque will build up and turn into tartar, which digs into the gums, where it can cause bacteria and cause infection. Gum disease can lead to serious pain, infection, and loss of teeth. The infection can also result in bacteria entering into the bloodstream and damaging other organs and body systems in your pets. It can also cause underlying diseases such as diabetes and chronic pain. This is very true. Teeth, as in human beings, are very, very, just very, very dangerous if you do not attend to them. Getting your pet teeth cleaned costs a lot of money. I know. But I think if you can't afford it, if you could learn to brush them, which I would be discussing here on the next part here, but please, please believe me, their mouth care is very, very important. Prevention today keeps disease away. Damage is caused by gum disease and sometimes irreversible, but can be halted with antibiotics and regular cleaning, just like a human being. Annual cleaning begins at the age of 1. Your pet should have annual dental examinations and cleanings performed by your veterinarian to remove plaque and tartar above and below the gum line. This is very true. The examination yearly is very true, but most of the veterinarians today have people, dental technicians that do this cleaning, and that's where it really gets expensive. But if you check them, you know, when you get their physical every year and check them, your vet can honestly tell you what's going on. This will boost your pet's natural oral defenses so that the gum disease and other dental issues are less likely to become a problem. Good oral home care prolongs the benefit of professional cleaning. Brushing. The best form of oral home care is daily brushing with a soft brush to remove disease-causing dental plaque. We can show you how and provide brushes, toothpaste, and oral gels specifically for your pets. This is when you go to the veterinarians. If you start, it sounds funny to take a toothbrush and brush your pet's teeth, but if you start doing that at a very young age and gently start, just don't, you know, go and start putting your finger in there, and they're going to bite because they're babies, but as time goes on and that lessens, then it really becomes something that they like. As brushing, you know, in the beginning they resist you brushing them and bathing them. Cats love water. They love to be bathed, but you have to start that at the time you bring them home and gently do that, because that helps with allergies. It helps to keep the fur down. Take a washcloth and dampen it and put a little bit of the toothpaste on there. And this is what I used to groom dogs. I've retired. And this is what I used to do after I bathed them. And I would check their teeth and take a washcloth and dampen it and put a little bit of toothpaste on it. And while I was drying them, I would come around and just sneak in with that and lift it and go around. And that works just as well as a toothbrush. And they don't seem to mind you sneaking in there and not cleaning it. Dry dog food is generally better than canned food for tooth health. Ask us about specially formulas pet food designed to combat plaque and tartar buildup. Chew bones for dogs. Chewing raw or rawhide bones helps keep the teeth and gum clean. Always avoid cooked bones as they can splinter and may cause dangerous intestine injury. This is very true. Them chewing on even their toys, you know, that will help get up and lift some of the tartar that gets on the teeth. But if you are going to get those rawhide bones, please make sure you know where they come from. Some of these big pet stores have these big bins with the rawhides, okay? You have no idea if they are rawhide, truly. You have no idea of what coloring is in them. You have no idea of what country they have come from. Investigate that before you buy rawhide. A raw bone, those soup bones, little round bones like that, or if you got a big dog, those big, I know it sounds gross, but their knuckle bones are called, and those are wonderful for them. But no chicken bones. Oh, please, no chicken bones. No steak bones. Because what happens, even if you would take one of those and go like that with it, you'll see they splinter, and they have very, very sharp ends on them. And the steak bone itself, the way it's shaped, is very sticky, jaggy, dangerous. And chicken bones are, sincerely, they go down and cause holes. And please don't give them chicken bones and steak bones. But that, like this says, always use cooked bones, and then oh, okay, read that already. No steak bones, no chicken bones. Okay, poor dental health can affect your pet's entire body. Bad breath, visible tartar on the teeth, swelling under the eyes. Swelling under the eyes here or here. Sometimes even they will get a little hole right here under their eye, and I guess the best word, it oozes out of there, and they get a pus sac, just as we do, way up under. I can't do it because it isn't ladylike on TV, but it will fester under the skin, and that is from a bad tooth. Might be in the front, might be in the back, but it's very, very dangerous. Please take them right away and get an antibiotic. They lose and have missing teeth, difficult eating, and they do, really do. But our pets are silent. They don't tell us until it's so almost to the end, that how bad it hurts them, and they quietly chew, or they chew more slowly, or they leave bits, a lot of crumbs laying around their dish because it's hard. They can't, get right down and chew. Discharge from their noses, same as from their eyes. Drooling and excessive salivation. Can't say that word. But they drool, and that is from the pain. That's a very, very good sign that the teeth need to be checked. And they will take their little paw and go like this. They'll lay on the floor and they'll go like this, and then they'll go do that again. And then they'll walk around and sneeze and shake their head, and sneeze and shake their head. And what they're actually doing is they have a loose tooth, and they're actually trying to pull it out themselves. And if they were out in the wild or at home and nobody understood what they were doing, the tooth would eventually come out. Discoloration and staining in the teeth, red, irritated, swelling, or bleeding gums, weight loss or loss of appetite. And they just get real lethargic and lay around. And people will say, oh, well, they're getting older or whatever. A lot of times they just don't feel good because of the diseased gums. To ensure your pets that winning smile, adopt a simple program for good dental care. Facts to chew on. Dogs and cats don't get cavities. I did not know this. This was one of my uh-oh moments. Dogs and cats do not get cavities, but gum disease is common in both. Dental disease can cause gum inflation and loss of teeth, infection, even organ damage. And that is very true. can go to their kidneys, can destroy their liver. And this is over time. I mean, this isn't just, you know, right now. This takes very, very long time. And if they get to be like 5 years old, between 5 and 7 is when I always get my dog's teeth really, really professionally cleaned. And then again in another 5 years. I know I get hollered at for that, but that's all I can afford. Up to 80% of your dogs and 70% of your cats don't receive early dental care, develop dental disease by the age of 3 years. And that's when it starts, if you do not attempt to keep some of the plaque down. Dental disease is early prevented by regular dental examinations, home care, and dental cleaning. Yeah, and they say older pets and ill pets need cleaning more than once a year. I would love to, doctor, but I can't afford it. And if it was for myself, I would not be able to afford it either. And I would take the money from me for them, believe me. Smaller dogs are more prone to dental disease. So true. Smaller dogs have tiny little mouths, as you know. They can bite you just as hard as the big ones. But for some reason, food sticks in the back. Because of the mouth, the slab doesn't wash it away as it should. And you've got to get back in there and check that. And if you start doing that when they're little, when you bring them home and start lifting and pulling and praising, that will become very, very easy to do. The one thing, those milk bones and any of the wheat bones, they are also very bad for your dog. Not that they're bad for them to eat them, but that the milk bones and the soft bones, that wheat or flour or whatever, gets gooey when they're chewing them, and it remains in the teeth for a very long time. So if you like to give your dog the soft bones and milk bones or whatever, please, at least once a week, take the toothbrush or your finger, just always keep checking and way in the back, along back here, because that stuff will lay. My grandfather raised beagles. He was a beautiful man, big man, beautiful man, and he had beautiful dogs. But he never gave them anything for a treat other than carrots. And carrots are wonderful. Celery, they get that crunching. But the carrots go and rub and clean the gums and clean in between the teeth when they're chewing, and they get that crunchy sound. And if you start giving them to them when they're little, mine always love them. They're cheap to give them. They keep well, and they are very well for their intestines, because they go all through the intestines and the bowel and everything, come out and cleanse in there too. So that's a thought. Carrots are wonderful for them. If your dog has a broken tooth, seek immediate treatment. Broken teeth are extremely painful, as they are for us, and can lead to chronic infection, abscesses form, and loss of secondary teeth. A root canal will save what is left of the broken tooth and prevent it from reinfecting in a tooth. I would love, doctor, to get a root canal for my pet. I truly would, but I can't afford it. And these are things we have to learn to say to the veterinarians. They mean well. They truly mean well. But with today's prices, when you take them and have them examined, some of them, you walk out with a $150, $170 bill. It's very hard. But if you do have a broken tooth and you can't afford it, you could ask him, to have it removed, because I wished I could do everything, but I take the bestest care of them that I can. And if they do have an injury or they're not feeling well or whatever, my little ones would never go without. But I'm just saying, if you can't, you have to afford it. You just have to say no, because a missing tooth is not going to hurt your pet. I'm not sure that I can afford dental cleaning every year. While dental cleaning seems like it is an added expense, they're actually relatively inexpensive, and the investment in your pet's health. The dental problems are easy to treat. If left untreated, they can become serious and painful. Yes, I would like to get my dog's teeth cleaned every year, but I can't afford it, but I do. When they get to be 4 or 5, I get it done. Another 4 years, I get it done. But if you can get them used to it from the time you bring them home, and it becomes an enjoyable thing for them, you'll do okay. Oh, and does my dog need to be put to sleep during cleaning? Because of how deep they go down in and all the things that they have to do, yes, they do have to have an anesthetic. Doctors today, anesthesiologists for the pets are absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. If you have your same place that you go to all the time, which is another very valuable thing, if you go to the same veterinarian all the time, that person would retire, or you call and say, well, your vet they have multiple vets and you can't see her. If you can wait, if it isn't an emergency and you can wait, try and go see the same vet. It's exactly the same as having faith in your family doctor as well as having faith in your veterinarian. They know after a few years how much money that you truly have, and you're not, being stingy with your money. And it's nice to be able to go in and feel comfortable with that person. So that is a very, very important part of what the dental, please, is very important. I also got this for vaccinations. Vaccinations are very important for your pets. Oh, please, they are. And if you can't afford them, your rabies shots and distemper shots and that, there are animal friends, I'm almost positive. I know Washington area Humane Society will help you if you need help getting their vaccines. Very important, because when you're walking them in the park or whatever, you have no idea, because they're always going in the weeds and sticking their noses in somewhere or whatever. And if there's a pet in there, not a pet, but an animal that is ill, and your dog gets bit, then you'll never ever feel bad if they get distemper or rabies or whatever, because you can call the Humane Societies, Washington Area Humane Society, Animal Friends. There are places for you to get the vaccines. Senior wellness for your pets, that's a very hard thing. And there's so many wonderful ideas in here, but the one thing that really jumped out at me was that you can examine your dog or your cat or your gerbil or whatever for bumps. When I bathed my dogs while I was grooming them, and my pets now, you put the shampoo on them and you're rub-a-dubbing them. Well, if you would start at the top of their head and come down around and very gently with your fingertips, like push in, and just come down and slide on the lather all the way down, and then start up the legs and then come down the legs and just gently, and then go around the rib cage and up under the throat, underneath the armpits, and work yourself back, but very gently with your fingertips go in there, because you will feel little bumps, and each time that you bathe them, try to remember, was that size or not, but sliding it very gently, but with a little bit of pressure, you will find if they have any tumors or anything that really needs to write down. If it's not an emergency, another thing, write down everything for your dog, about your dog when you go there, and tell them excessive drinking water and urinating, same as a human being is diabetic. Behavior changes, there are so many slight, very quiet, as they reach 7 years old, and then go on into 8 and 9. But be aware of them if you can. Kidney failure, very serious for dogs. And liver is very dangerous for your dog too. And aging varies by breed, by size. Large dogs typically age more quickly than smaller dogs. Kitty cats are like kitty cats. They can live to be 20, and you can see them aging too. But I am going to investigate this because I did not know that big dogs, large dogs, get age more quickly than smaller dogs. I would imagine it's because of the weight on their joints, and if they have hip dysplasia. That probably is one of the things in the larger dogs. But I'm running out of time, like always. And if it is warm outside and hot outside, if you have a big old black dog or a brown dog or any dog, please try and walk them in the morning and in the evening, because black absorbs the sun. And when you're walking and the road is hot on their feet, and that raises their temperature, then the sun is down and coming down onto the black, and they're absorbing at a rate that's unreal of heat. And the only way they can sweat or perspiration is their tongue. So that is another reason why you want to keep them extra weight off them, because that is the only way they can cool themselves is with their tongue. And the more, and see, I could just go on and on and on, and I just don't have, I never have enough time. But I want to thank all of you. Really, thank you for your kindnesses and the wonderful and sweet things that you say to me. July 4th, this is July the 5th, 2011, and my first show went on air July the 4th. I always cry, didn't it? I always cry. Promised myself I wasn't going to cry on July 4th, 1997. So I thank you so very much for wanting to learn and loving your pets as much as you do. Please don't forget your humane societies, towels, old sheets, old blankets that you wouldn't give to the homeless, money if you have it, food. If you would like to send them food, if you have a Brownie group or Girl Scout group, you can go out to most of them will accept you to come out and earn a badge by volunteering your time at one of the Humane Societies or Washington Area Humane Society, which is the love of my life. So like always, thank you so much for the last 14 years. I hope I can do it for many more. God bless. I love you, and thanks from all the tail waggers.